Hi, Blam Rothman here. Just to recap quickly, we've got the UML which coincide with this particular diagram that I've put up here. Then I've got nothing in my main so far, and the actual class, I've created two constructors, one without parameters, one with parameters, and two public methods, printable with one parameter and then printable with two parameters. So this was the idea. What we need to do now is let's start off with person with the two parameter constructor. So what we want there is we would like to make an assignment, and the assignment is that when you create an instance of person, that you will assign surname to the property surname within the class and age to the property age in the class. So to do that, we're going to add in assignment statement. Now, the only way you can do that is by actually making use of the keyword this, pointing to the class's property surname. So it will be this dot surname. Please note the capital N I've got in there, and you will assign surname, which will be the parameter within this particular constructor assigned to that. Then we're going to add in another assignment statement where we will also assign the age. So that will be this dot age, and we're going to use the age parameter, which will come in as an argument when you create an instance with those values. And there we've got age assigned to the internal property and surname assigned to the internal property surname. So that's brilliant, that's done. Then printable, all we're going to do here, just to illustrate, I'm just going to return, and what I'm going to return will then be, I will then return ball. That's all I'm going to return, and I'll capture it outside in the main. And then printable, what I'm going to do there, I'm also going to return, but I'm going to return an expression. And the expression that I'll return will be ball, the current balance, minus the balance times the discount rate. And let's say I put in 10. So I'm going to divide by 100 times the current balance, and that should then be 10%, calculate 10% off the balance, and we subtract that off the balance. Hope you can see that. That's fine. So there it shows you the calculation. Now we'll go back to main. Right, at this stage I'm going to use a input symbol, and the input symbol I will put in a prompt there and say please type in your surname, and then I will assign that to, let's say, surname. And then also I'm going to put in another input symbol in there, and I'll say please type in your age, and I will just assign that to age. Now the next assignment statement I'm going to do is to actually now create an instance of person. So I will say let's say P1 for person. I'm going to set that to new person. Now remember, that is my constructor without parameters. And then just to show you what the output will be, I'm going to say the name of P1 is, and then we're going to say P1 dot surname, and I'm going to put in there as well plus of age, and then I'll say P1 dot age. Now in this case we'll see whether this will suffice. So if we run this now, I'm going to step through it. Starts at start. It's going to ask you to type in your surname, and let's type in Johnson. And there you can see surname is now Johnson, but that doesn't mean a thing. And then the age is 23. And now I'm creating a new person, and I'm creating an object P1, and then I'm going to display the value of the surname of P1. And as you can see, at this stage the surname is still Mr. Nobody, and the age is 0, because we did not call or instantiate the constructor with parameters. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make or execute another assignment statement, and this time I will then set P2 and create a new instance of person, but in this case I'm going to use the two variables that I've just set, which will be surname and age. And I'll then create an instance of that. What we then will do is, well, I'm going to output, so I'm just going to copy that output symbol, and in there I'll say the name or surname of P2 is P2 and P2.age and P2.surname. Now at this stage it's a little bit of a problem because it's not going to work at all. We have to go back to person and into person with parameters. Yes, it will work because I've done the assignment there already. So if we now execute this, I'll start again. You can see going to start, surname there is Johnson, and then my age 23, and there you can see P1 is still Mr. Nobody, 0 int. Then I instantiate, you can see name of P1 Mr. Nobody, of age 0. I then instantiate, I go into the constructor with two parameters, and I do the assignment. And next I will then output the value, and there you can see now P2 is Johnson, the name of P2 is Johnson, the age is 23. You just maybe up that font size slightly. I'll put printable now. So what I'll do is I'll just call printable, but it is obviously P2.printable that I will that I need to associate with the instance that I created. Right, once I've done that, we can then run this quickly, and I'm just going to type in Johnson again, and then 23, and printable, go through the age sign, and you can see here the bill is 200 Rand. So it does work. So what I'm going to do now is call printable with two parameters. So I'm going to go output again, and or rather let me just copy this, it's going to be quicker, and then paste that in there. And now I'm going to say, right, I'm going to use printable 200, but I want 10% discount. Right, so it looks like that. Now it's got two parameters overloaded, and that one has got one parameter. So printable is actually overloaded because we've got more parameters, and as I mentioned, the language translator will know which method to call based on the parameter. So I'm quickly going to run this. And let's type in Johnson again, and age 23, and it goes through the procedures, and there it says printable is, the bill is 200, and then with the discount, it's 180. Alright, thank you very much.